We're back with State Representative Jehan Gordon, the 92nd District Democrat. We didn't get to the question of the veto session last time. What other issues will come before the General Assembly in the veto session?
This fall veto session will probably have there will be no short of excitement, to say the least. There are a couple of issues facing hospitals and their tax structure and how essentially the money that they either do or don't have to pay to the state. That is a very real issue, specifically for some hospitals here. We're a very hospital-rich community, and that's going to have a significant impact on Proctor, OSF, as well as Methodist. We are going to have to address those issues. I believe that we're going to have to address a number of issues in regards to the way that some of the work was done within the education budget. There are some things that have come about. The regional superintendents, there's a lot of work that those folks do that in a lot of communities we have been very blessed because some of the things that could have happened within this area didn't happen. But there are a lot of regional superintendents and smaller communities that have not had the ability to, they haven't had the ability to have anyone do that work. So there's going to be a lot of work in regards to the operations budget, but then there's going to have to be work on things like dealing with the ComEd Ameren veto that Governor Quinn put forth, coming up with an overall comprehensive energy plan that all of us can live with. That's going to have to be discussed, and we're going to have to continue to work on some jobs packages that we can, so that we can begin to put people back to work and find a way to get this unemployment rate down a little bit further.
We're coming up on a new election season.
We are.
We've not heard anything from Representative Jehan Gordon yet. Are you ready to make an official announcement? Are you running for a third term?
Paul, yes, I am running for a third term for the Illinois House of Representatives.
Wonderful. And do you expect any opposition in the primaries, or?
You know, typically, and I'm being completely genuine about this, I try not to worry about who I'm going to be running against. I think part of the problem in politics, to be frank with you, is that people become so concerned about the next election that it becomes very difficult to do the job that you have in front of you. So the way that I felt in the past, I've done this now. This is my second term, my third year. I feel that if you do a good job for the people, the election with a lot of work will take care of itself.
Do you anticipate with the redistricting that we have recently gone through that it will help Peoria, Central Illinois, gain an extra seat in Congress?
Paul, I think it would be awesome. It would be absolutely phenomenal to have Congressman Kaler and Congressman Schock in Washington working for the greater good, not just of Peoria, but for all of Central Illinois.
To clarify real quick, the redistricting brought the 17th Congressional District a lot further east and encompasses a lot more of the Peoria area.
Yes,
so
it encompasses all of my representative district, as well as the representative district of Mike Eunice, and which makes up the Senate district of Senator Dave Kaler. So I think that, and I'm being a bit presumptuous by saying Congressman Kaler, but if he is so blessed as to win the primary and then the general election, having Dave and Aaron in Springfield work on our behalf would be absolutely phenomenal. We'll have two people on opposite sides of the aisle working in tandem for the greater good of this community, because one thing I will say about the elected representatives from this area, be it Democrat or Republican, we all work together and we all work for the greater good of this community, despite our ideological differences, and I know that they'll do no different in Washington, D.C.
Well, then does the redistricting help the Republican Party solidify its stronghold on the 18th district?
I wouldn't necessarily say that one party or another would have an absolute stronghold on that seat. An example that I'd give is that when now Congressman Schock was Peoria School District 150 School Board President, when he ran for the 92nd district seat in the Illinois legislature, that at that time was thought to be the 92nd seat at that time was thought to be a Democratic seat. And with the right candidate at the right time, with the right energy and right message, a Republican took what was thought to be a Democratic seat. So would I say that one party has absolute control over that seat? I'd say no, but do I think that it would be extremely difficult for a Democrat to now become viable in the 18th congressional? I would say yes.
Okay. And one final question. You got married this summer.
I did get married.
Tell us about it. Your groom.
Derek, I married Derek Booth, and Derek is the head basketball coach at Manual High School. He's also a high school guidance counselor there, and we live right here in the heart of my district, the city of Peoria, and we hope to make our lives here for the rest of our lives.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Remember, you can see this interview in its entirety at our website, thepeorian.com. And join us next week, 8 a.m., WHOI TV, for The Peorian.
Ooh.